Yeah, good. I thought, oh, I'll get like a snack before the interview. I picked the worst thing to eat during an interview. I'm just here munching almonds like a fucking idiot.
Man, that's a pretty smart move, really. You could be eating like, I don't know, fucking twisties. Twisties are pretty good. But
Yeah,
almonds are better for you. That's the thing,
yeah.
You could be just stacking down the saturated fats and
Oh yeah, dude. I was on tour earlier this year and stacked on like 12 kilos in 3 months.
who do you
And
play with?
fist.
Oh, sick. Yeah, yeah,
And yeah, it's just stacked. I got fat as shit. I
yep.
got fat as shit. So now I've got to like
Oh, dude.
exercise and eat
Yeah,
less bullshit and less
yeah,
beer.
yeah. It's real, man. Like when you go away, like, and it's not like you're going on holidays where you can just stop and pick up and go get good things and whatnot. Like it's go go go. You don't have time to. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You're driving down the freeway trying to find a hotel that's another hour away, and you're like, man, I'm just gonna fucking load on some Hungry Jacks.
Dude, I was gonna say Hungry Jacks. It's like always Hungry Jacks. I don't know
Oh
why.
mate, Angry Whopper.
That's the one, man. That's the one. How are you?
Yeah,
What's going on?
I'm really good, man. Yourself?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. Look, I've got a couple of questions like written out.
Yep.
Pretty free form, just whatever. Like, I kind of want to start by asking you because you're both like your publicist and yourself, like your artist. Um,
Yep. And I'm the music
and
producer. I've
and a
recorded and
music
mixed and
producer.
mastered all the stuff. Yep.
Oh shit. Yeah, right. I missed that on the press release. That's sick.
No,
It sounds fucking
I guess I
good.
don't bang on about it, but this is my work.
Yeah, right.
So,
Just
and then I've got like, what we got here? There's like rooms all around the place. Da-da-da-da. I'll do a quick run through.
oh yeah, like but run it.
Da-da-da.
Like sprint.
Yeah, I'm running it. And then there's another big one over here. And there's another little one over there.
Psycho. Dude, it sounds amazing.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Like I listen to a lot of music because people send me a lot of music.
Yeah, yeah.
In like your track, mate, like the new track, Badass Love Song, it's in like the
Yep.
top 2% of stuff that I've been sent. It's fucking great.
Thanks, man. Yeah, that's really nice of you to say. That's really nice. Thank you.
Yeah, and the song's good too, which
Yeah,
helps.
yeah, that's good too.
Like you know what it's like. You work on many sides of the music
Honestly,
industry.
yeah, honestly, the most important thing is the song, not the production.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you've heard plenty of epic productions, like the most perfectly recorded, you know, pristine production, but the song's boring as fucking shit. And then you can go and listen to like fucking early Bad Brains or early fucking Beastie Boys, man. Fucking like early fucking music. Go listen to Minor Threat, mate. That shit's not like Black Flag. It's not recorded in the most perfect settings, but the songs are fucking cool as.
And that's all that matters. Like the song
Yeah, that's
has
the
to be
most
good.
important thing.
Yeah.
It's
Everything
the
else
most
is
important thing.
yeah. Everything else is it's not window dressing, but it's like trying to bring that out more.
Oh, 100%. The other stuff is really important too. 100%. You want a good mix, um, but definitely the most important thing is the songwriting and the thing that captures imagination, right? That creativity.
Dude, 100%. Like and just talking about the songwriting, let's talk about Black Rheno for a second.
Yep, cool.
So like you've got the new single, you're going out on the road. Like what does the writing of those songs look like? Like in the three piece?
Yeah. So the way we write songs is, all the ideas essentially spawn from Nano's riffs and Nano's guitar. 100%. Like that dude will come in, he'll have some riffs, he'll have like, yeah, I've got these two riffs or something, and then we'll sort of flesh it out in the studio, and then all right, maybe it needs a pre-chorus, maybe it needs and we'll jam that stuff out, and then we'll shape it up together as a band. And then he might go home and like think about it a little bit more. Then he might come in and be like, oh, I've thought of this other little thing, this because he's just the riff lord. And
Yeah.
then, it's sort of a mix between Nano's ideas, and then we flesh it out together. And it's kind of that. It's really all spawns from Nano. But then we all sort of flesh it out, and we all contribute in terms of structuring, and maybe it needs this, that, or the other, and actually that riff's the chorus, not the verse, things like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, totally. Did like I've got this like theory that I'm developing that like you can really hear like the difference between a song that's been like sat down and written and then brought to a band and then a song that's been like just jammed out. Like they sound different.
Yeah, I think there's something different about a lot of bands now, and there's no right or wrong. And I like doing it the way we do it, which is why we do it the way we do it, because that's how we like doing it, which is all getting in the room and fleshing it out together. And we'll all go home and come in with a little part or something like that. But fleshing it out together, and then if all you're doing is just like writing riffs to a gridded out beat machine drums, which a lot of bands do, um, and you're not like you're just like you're just sort of following a 4/4 grid, then that can get a little repetitive. It can get a little, I don't know, it's just lacks that thing sometimes. But then sometimes that works really fucking well for bands as well. Like go listen to a 12 Foot Ninja record,
Yeah.
mate. They're fucking brilliant, and I'm
Right.
pretty sure. I don't know that's how they do it, but I'm pretty sure that's how they did it. Like all their drums are electric drums with samples and things like that, and they're insanely creative, wonderful records. So I'm just backtracking on what I just said. Basically, there's no right or wrong, but I feel that like, especially with our style of music, you've got to jam it. You've got to get in the room, and I just think you should do that anyway because it's fun.
It is fun. It's like the most fun part.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It's like every week we get together, we talk some shit, drink a beer, and play some rock and roll, have a laugh,
Yeah,
pick on each
man.
other, and have a good time.
Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Mm.
Like, and I wanted to just bounce off that with like the three of you in the band. You don't have a bass player, right?
No,
So like in the production of the song, it is huge. It sounds so full. You are the right person to talk to about how you get that sound.
yeah, so we do it exactly the same way as we do it live. And it's funny. I actually think the bass is one of the most important parts of our guitar tone. The low, like not
The
just
low
low
end.
end in the song, but the bass tone. Like it really is a massive part of Nano's overall guitar tone.
Mm.
And it's probably higher in the mix in our band that it is with other bands. We actually bring it to the front quite a bit. Um, and that's just Nano. Basically, it's pretty simple. Nano plays the 6 string guitar. He runs it into a splitter. Um, that splitter goes into another splitter, which runs which is what we do live, which is runs 2 guitar amps on stage, 2 different vibes, and then one of those splitters goes through an octave pedal to a bass amp. And then in the studio, that's exactly what we do, except we just instead of recording it all in one go, we track left guitar, track right guitar, track the bass with the same 6 string guitar through an octave pedal. It's not a bass guitar. Um, so we just keep it true to what we did. And in the first EP that we recorded, we had a bass guitar in there because at that time we were considering having a bass player. We at the start that was kind of the idea. We had a couple of jams. We didn't really find the right fit musically, and then we just thought, oh, let's just get out and start playing shows like this, and then that just ended up, oh, actually, this is kind of cool. That just ended up by accident becoming a thing. Um, and then yeah, so in the studio, like it's really not that wild. It's just a guitar running through an octave pedal into a distortion pedal into a bass amp, and we track our bass with a fair bit of distortion on it. And then in the mix, I'll go through and I'll take the DI track and I'll do that trick where you sort of split the low end from the high end, and I'll have like a clean low end, everything from like 200 hertz down off maybe 150 or something. Like just that real low end will be like that clean DI sort of, and then I'll put some amp on that and give it a bit of a vibe as well. And then the distorted bass is sort of like from 200 up,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, right.
which is what we like the bass tone that we track with.
Like it's one of those things that you see bands try to do all the time and very rarely pull off. Like you see it with the Royal Blood style bands, you see it with guitar and drum instrumentation bands, and
Yep.
it's one of those things that like it takes a while to sort of dial that in. That
Yeah, it's I think yeah, I mean I think it's just a different approach, and it makes you think about it differently, and that's the fun part about it, is that limitation in terms of having that extra guitarist to help, do a complementary bass line underneath a riff or underneath some chords, and then the bass goes crazy or something, and the guitar stays open and
mm,
free. um Not having that option sort of, I guess, makes us approach songwriting in a particular way. You can't do that. So, okay, well, how do we make this interesting? What are the things we can do? And then that sort of also shapes the style of songs that you've got as well, because you've got to write stuff that works in that realm. So, in a way, it's kind of limiting, but that also makes you just open up a different part of your brain, creativity. But you know
totally.
what I mean?
So like going into this track, what sort of like musical or non-musical influences really, really pushed it forward? And I'm especially interested in the non-musical ones.
Okay. So, um, so musically,
Yeah. Talk to me.
so I think, like, musically, I don't know, we don't really, I don't think we sit down and go, hey, let's write this type of song exactly. But for
Mm,
me, it's got a lot of influence from things like Queens of the Stone Age, and
totally.
it feels like there's some suicidal tendencies in there, and then it feels like there might be some clutchy corrosion of conformity in there or something, maybe. I don't know. It's just a mix. It's a mix of all the shit we love, basically. And then the songs, it's a love song. Medical check, and wrote a song about it, basically.
Nice.
Haven't written a song about a girl in about 15 years, so she must be pretty cool, right?
Like it is a badass love song. Like
Well, it's a
what
badass
other
fucking song, and it's a love song, so it's a
yeah,
badass love song.
100% man. Like what is like so that's the most badass love song, right? Like that's the top. What's like the next most badass love song, do you reckon?
Oh fuck. You put me on the spot to think of a love song that's a badass fucking song. You drink this love.
Hey, I'll take it. That's a pretty badass
Um,
song.
it's a pretty badass love song. Um, what's fuck, I can't think of what's a love song? I don't know. Like, well, that's the thing. I mean, I'm sure there are, but there aren't a lot of heavy bands singing about love in all its most beautiful forms. So, and it was funny when I wrote the lyrics at the start. I said to the guys, I'm like, is this a bit too corny or not?
Yeah, is this too much?
And they're like,
Yeah.
man, that's what you're feeling. Fucking do it. And I'm like, yeah, sweet. So it's kind of funny in that way. Because yeah, you don't really hear a lot of love songs in, like, someone screaming their head off and all that kind of shit, I
And
guess.
when you do, like so many like metal bands, especially like like that Pantera song, doesn't have a lot of subtlety to it. But like I feel like Badass Love Song has like significantly more depth. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it goes into refers back to an afternoon. Oh, how much more I want to tell about this? Of like,
Come on.
indulging in a particular fungus, and going to other astral realms and all this kind of stuff. So there's a whole lot of references to this whole afternoon that happened one time, and yeah, it's for the person it's for, that they get the the little messages in there. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
it's all sort of about this whole afternoon, eating eating a particular fungus, and journeying off together. It's quite beautiful.
Oh, that's great. Um, so let's talk about the tour a little bit. You know, you've got this tour lined up. You're going what, all up and down the East Coast pretty much.
Yeah, we're doing we've got 11 shows from Brisbane down to Geelong, and we're doing the Northern Beaches, Sydney Northern Beaches DY. We're doing Penrith. We're doing Bendigo, Geelong, Melbourne. We're doing Ulladulla and Dapto. We're doing Lismore, and we're doing Necrosonic Fest in Brisbane, and then we're also doing Sydney in Newtown and Canberra Metal Fiesta. So there's the whole run, and so it's a mix of like the typical stops that you're going to do on an East Coast tour, but then there's like random spots like Dapto and Ulladulla and Lismore. And Bendigo, like we haven't been to Bendigo for a really long time. We've never been to Dapto, never been to Ulladulla. We've been to Lismore in the early days, but not for many years. Not for
Lismore's
probably 7 years.
Lismore's
Lismore's sick. Yeah, Lismore's sick. And then, and then there's a couple of cool festivals in there with the Necrosonic Fest and then the Canberra Metal Fiesta. And it's just, good times. Great classic hits, basically. It's going to be good.
like it is a tour that's like so based in like the scene. Like if you look at the venues like Elton Chong, stuff like that, it is like so locked into that, you know, one of the best scenes in the world, that Aussie underground scene.
Well,
Like,
I've actually just tomorrow night is the first official night. We did a show last weekend, but tomorrow night's the first official night. I've become booking agent for a local wings and tins joint, like 500 meters up the road from where I live.
sick.
And it's a full dive bar, man. It's got the vibe, fairy lights and cool shit on the walls, and it's
Love
just
that
sort of
thing.
those places you walk into and you just feel at home. It's a 100 head cap room. The band's playing in the window. You drive down the street and you can see the band through the window rocking out. That's going to be the first show of tour as well, which is going to be really cool because I've just been organizing that and getting that venue set up with the owner and stuff. So that's that's cool. And there's a couple of cool places out. Elton Chong's just an absolute epic joint run by awesome people, like the best.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be it's going to be a rad time. And then there's just we take our time picking all the bands we get to play with. Like we put all that together, all the support acts, and check out everyone go check out all the support acts because there's a sick list of cool fucking bands we're playing with. Like Thraxas have just put a record out, and the local crew down here, the Darrans, are just always a fucking bunch of mayhem. So it's gonna be cool.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Like, and I think that what's really cool about like the whole thing, and it's all badass, but like it's so like locked into that DIY ethos.
Yeah, 100%. We book all our tours. We do all that stuff ourselves. We organize it all and promote it all, and we're pretty damn DIY in that respect. And man, we just like fucking rocking out, basically, man. We like writing songs. We like jamming. We like jumping in the car, driving 12 hours to scream at people. Um, it's like everything about music is fun. Every aspect of doing this is I get a massive kick out of.
What's the like weirdest or most memorable thing that's happened like mid-set for you?
Mid set, we in the early when we first put out that No Time for Numbnuts track, we used to get people rocking up with pineapples and like throwing them to us on stage, like bits of pineapple, because there's a scene in the video clip where there's this whole pineapple thing. So that was pretty funny. We've had blow up dolls on stage and things like that. That was pretty funny. What's the weird thing that's happened mid set? Trying to think. Oh, I clashed heads mid set with. We were in Austin. We went over to Austin in 2017 to do South by Southwest, and our sound tech couldn't help himself, and he was just running around the pit with everyone between mixing and then just running in the circle.
Sick.
And me and him clashed heads, and I split his eye open, and we got this photo of our sound tech with just blood pouring down his face. That was pretty good. Nano split my eye open once down in Geelong, actually mid set, and then I had blood pouring down my face. That was a bloody good time.
I'm
What
sensing the
else?
theme here.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's usually pretty loose. Like we're pretty fucking animated people. We've definitely got a lot of energy, that's for sure. Um, yeah.
Has a lot changed since like Noise Smasher to now for the band as a whole?
Yeah, definitely. So I think like I think our first EP was pretty groovy. Our second, and then our first album was like at the time we'd been touring with like Napalm Death, The Revocation, and Bajir, and all this kind of stuff, and you know hanging out with Psychroptic, King Parrot, and we were just and we love everything. You know, we love blending everything together, and that the album just got full, quite grindy, like quite sludgy, quite grindy, and it's and we fucking love it for that. Like it's brutal. But and then when we started, we've got a record that's going to come out next year. When we started writing that, um, that was sounding sort of like just like sort of a continuation of that, just new songs, but in the same sort of realm, still
Mm.
heavy and quite grindy. And then we sort of stepped back and we're like, what's the most fun we have when we're playing? And the most fun we have when we're playing, the tracks that we have the most fun playing are always a bit more on that party vibe. It's always where
Mm.
everyone's just like ripping in, having it like it's more smiles on the dials than fists in the pit. I like it when it's both, But so yeah, and then we did a whole bunch of rewriting on that, and then we just did a lot of like finding like the essence of the groove and the party while still being heavy, but just trying to make it a bit more conducive to just like causing fucking mayhem in the pit so everyone could just party to some fucking party metal, like party groove, grind, stoner,
Party
thrash,
metal
fury,
has
punk rock,
a
whatever it is.
ring to it that I really fucking like.
What's that?
Party metal has a ring to it, man.
Yeah, we
That
just want to
that
have a
that
good
makes
time,
sense. I
and we're
I
just trying to
feel
make
that, man.
music. Yeah, we're just trying to make music to have a good time to, basically. And then like we might write some more heavier stuff again soon. Like I don't think we'll ever just do this is what we do and that's what we do.
Yeah.
It's always going to be, like one record might come out and be more blasty and more grindy. The next one might be more, um, more that groove party, and then one might be more stoner, one might be more rocky, one might be more fucking.
Yeah, you
We usually
feel
just
it.
gonna we're just gonna blend all those things together is what we try to do, but we're just trying to bring that party a bit, yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Like you're gonna jam it out.
Yeah, just a big fucking jam fest everyone can rock out and fucking get loose to, basically. Like we
Hell
want
yeah,
people
man.
getting loose. That's the idea, you
Fucking
know?
oath. Fucking
Yeah, good
oath.
times.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I like to close off with this question, which is basically like every you do a lot of interviews, right? Every artist has like one thing that they really want to talk about, but no interviewer is ever going to ask it.
Oh
It might
wow.
be
Okay.
like I had matey from Pop Evil talk about how he likes cutting his grass, just loves his lawn. What's your lawn?
Well, you bring up a topic because sometimes I listen to some of the music podcasts and I'm like, I just want to hear you talk about more than your music. Like, what do you do for fun?
Yeah.
Like those kinds of things. Like for me, when I'm not playing music, man, I'm spearfishing. I'm getting in the ocean, man. I'm fucking holding my breath and diving as deep as I can for as long as I can. And just being in this like total underwater world where you just like, there is nothing like just, it's the complete opposite of the band, right? So the only way you can hold your breath for a long period of time is by relaxing and staying calm, which is not my strong point. I'm pretty hyperactive. And so, you jump off a boat or you walk around a headland out in the ocean and you swim out 100 meters off the headland or 50 meters off the headland and you're just literally floating, like just out in the ocean. And for like the next 2 hours, all you're doing is just focusing on relaxing, moving really slowly, just super calm. And then like just slow, you don't want to change your breathing too much because that's how you hyperventilate and blackout don't come up. And then, man, you just swim down at the bottom of the ocean, and whether you shoot a fish or not, whether you catch a fish or not, it's not the main reason. Although it's nice to eat good fresh seafood. Um, Man, you just swim down the bottom, and then like sometimes I'm just like hanging onto a bit of seaweed, a bit of kelp on the bottom of the ocean, and I'm just looking around, and there's like a massive stingray cruising past. There's a shark, or there's just a school of fish. Sometimes you don't even watch. Sometimes you don't even take a shot because you just want to like see how you can interact with them and how close you can get, you know. And you just sit down there and you just look up, and like the surface is like 10, 15 meters away, and you're like, you're holding your breath. You haven't got an apparatus. You're just like, fuck, this is a different world, you know. Like this is such a different world, and it's I got into that in the last like probably 2 or 3 years now, and I've always because I'm a surfer, I've always loved the ocean,
Yeah.
and I live 200 meters from the beach, like I'm a full surfer at, and yeah, but the spearfishing, man, like and it's like the most ethical way to catch food. You're not out there fishing with a line, just pulling in random fish, not knowing what you're getting. You
No,
swim
you're
down.
down there.
If you can't, if you're not going to eat it, you don't take a shot. It's as simple as that. When I'm not a sadistic prick, and then you take only what you need, and that's it. And man, like, dude, you're a part of the food chain. Like, if anyone wants to dispute it, it's like I'm a part of the food chain when I'm down there, and I take that into account. Like I see sharks swim past me. I've had them come up, and I've got to poke them away because they're trying to get to my fish. Like that kind of stuff does happen from time to time. It's not every time, but it does happen time to time, and you got to be aware of it.
Mm.
Okay, here's a cool story. So I was down
Talk to me.
4 hours. 4 hours if you got time. I was 4 hours south of Sydney, down past Ulladulla, Depot Beach, I think it's called. And I was me, my mate, and his son. We were cruising out off this headland. It's just the afternoon. School of salmon come through. I swing, pop off a salmon. I come to the surface, and my friend, his son's like 11. So whenever we go with him, we take a little float boat. So whenever you catch a fish, you put it in the boat so it's out of the water, so it doesn't attract any unwanted fish. If you know what I
That
mean.
makes sense.
Yeah. Especially when the young blokes with us, we make sure we do that. So I swim back over and I hold the fish out of the water and I go, Jack, check out the fish I just caught, And he's like, and as he looks up, and my mate's there probably like 2 or 3 meters away from me, as that happens, a seal pops out of the water, grabs it out of my hand like a dog stealing like a dog stealing a biscuit out of your hand. No shit. Like quicker than
Oh.
fucking that. Like I'm talking so lightning fast, this big seal. And I'm like, Jack, look at this, look at my salmon, And as I say it, and I'm just like, fucking what? Like a seal just stole a fish straight out of my hand. Like, how fucking cool is that?
Like he didn't split your eye open.
Lucky he didn't bite my hand because it would have crushed my hand or something. It would have been pretty gnarly. But like, you get these crazy interactions. So outside of music, that's the kind of thing I love doing, and that's what I like talking about too. It's a pretty wholesome way to spend some time, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, Miller. Well, thank you for your time. I think that yeah, I think we've covered everything. My little question sheet is now blank.
Yeah, sick. No, thanks, man. That was a good chat. That was good fun.
Yeah, no, it was good catching up. Enjoy the tour, enjoy your show tomorrow, and
Shout
I'll try to
too.
get this up. I could probably get it up in the next like hour if I really wanted.
Yeah, cool. So is this going to the radio show or?
Yeah, so I cut it up for radio, Instagram, and then
Ah,
long form goes on YouTube.
yeah,
And I'll
cool,
have
cool.
like all your tour dates with the supports and everything tagged.
Ah,
Um,
sick. Oh,
yeah,
dude, yeah. Everything.
yeah,
That's unreal.
yeah. It's
That's
it's
cool,
easy.
man. Cool. You're a
Sick.
legend. Thank you so much for having us on. Massively appreciate the support.
Fuck yeah, man. Stay badass.
You too, man.
Later, bro. Bye.
See you, dude.